Hello guys. Today I'm going to be showing off my full routine that I do every single day. A lot of people have been asking for me to show off what I do every day for making my goals, so I figured I'm just going to show everything from the moment I log in until the moment I log off. That way there's no confusion on what I'm doing and stuff like that. First let's get the music going, cause there we go. That should be good. What's going on, Shacktastic? How you doing, dude? It has been at least 4 months since my last stream, so in terms of the stream, I hope everything is okay and nothing breaks. I hope volumes are okay. Hope the quality's okay. There we go. Okay, I'm all set up. Now, a little spoilers. I did just upload the video, but a little spoilers. I have my Bruto. Finally got the Bruto. What's going on? Is that supposed to be Asian LOL? Something like that? AS Zin? As Zin? As Zin? I don't know, man. Thank you for following, dude. The video is live, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Just making sure. Alright. So let's do it. So today, like I was mentioning, I'm just gonna do what I do every day and make gold. Like, not gonna be anything special, but it will be kind of like a full routine here. I like starting out on my Druid because it has the... It's the material buyer. I buy materials on this guy for what I need. Now, I am kind of broke because I did just buy the Brutosaur, but I have maybe 5 days of mail to open. So it's not a full week's worth like a video would be. Or a video usually would be. But I'm pretty sure the last time I opened mail was on Thursday, so it's been 5 days. Yo, thank you, man. It's been a while since I've been working on the Bruto, and I finally have it. It feels great. So yeah, I have 53k in... Yeah, it's been about... It hasn't even been 5 days either. It's been 4 days. So I have 4 days worth of gold to collect. 53k, that's not bad. Let's see what we got here. We got Ghost Iron Bars, Star Moss, Serenite Bars, Sea Stalk, and Cinder Bloom. These are all things that I talk about all the time. These are great items to farm. Except for the Ghost Iron. Ghost Iron's kind of low gold per hour, but it's one of the easiest ores to sell. And then Fel Iron Bars. I've been loving Fel Iron. Definitely been working out. So I have 53k. Now I can actually post mails. Wait, why didn't it collect? Uh-oh. Not collecting it. Sales. Oh, is TSM borked? Aw, man. I have to click one. Oh, no. I have to do individually. Hopefully when I log to the next character, it's not like this. Sold some Nightstone for 1.6k. Those you get just mining Cataclysm ores, like Elementium. Alright, well, let's start posting. Hopefully this isn't slow. Okay, this is much faster than the mailbox. I guess it doesn't really matter if my chat blocker is in the way. I have my sponsor block in the center there, so that way the chat's blocked. Yeah, it definitely so much satisfaction. It's you put in so many hours of work, so once you finally achieve it, there's no better feeling. Especially something something that took this long. This was a bigger grind than the the insane title back in Wrath. What's going on, Zyphon? I'm doing good, man. How are you? Alright, let's pull in some more mails. The expire button works, but not the sales button. That's weird. At least it's only 4 days of sales on all the characters and not that much to collect. Is the music way too quiet? It might be extremely, extremely quiet. I wanted it to be quiet. That way you can hear my voice, but it might be a little too low. It is very quiet. Let me up it a little bit. Some good old Monster Cat. Haven't listened to Monster Cat since last time I streamed. So like 4 months. Feel like auctions have been kind of slow. I talk about that in the video that I just uploaded today. It's been a little... I haven't seen as many sales either since people have been told to stay inside. I think there's just so much more competition since everyone has the time now. Start with 500k, now 2.5 mil. Nice. 2 mil in AH value. Doing only crafting. Yeah, man. If you do just crafting, it goes quick. It's much faster than doing transmog and stuff like that. Professions are definitely king when starting out. Once you are already rich, and you already have millions of gold, then transmog and stuff is good, but I've experienced how to make gold, and it's definitely crafting. Hey, alright, Yusa. Enjoy, hopefully. Oops. And man, you know what the best thing is? Never having to move. You just sit here on a mailbox, and you're good. Alright, let's post my BFA mats now. I think I sold a lot of my BFA ores and herbs because I have none in my bags left. Alright, so we're already done with the first character. We earned 53k for the past 4 days, 3 days, through gathering. And that's all. Actually, no. That's not what I do on my druid. I do more than that. We're already on Legion, right? Yeah, so another thing I do is I go and collect my Fellwort and Brimstone. That's like 3k right there. It's basically like the daily cooldown for herbalism and mining, except for it's every 2 days. On the wrong way. There we go. Prices have been coming down on a lot of herbs. Yeah, same. Everything across the board for me has just been going down. It's because I feel like there's not more demand for anything, but there's a lot more supply. Because now people have the time to not only compete with you, but also people who don't even play the auction house. They are just leveling up their own professions and doing it all on their own since they now have all this time to do anything they want, really. So I think there's like a lot of factors that play into it. Hey, thank you for the follow, Virility. Yeah, reputations, I did reps for like the first week or two and then I gave up. Like, honestly, but I can only do that because I'm on such a low pop server that it's still profitable to make like rank 1 and rank 2s. But, yeah, I gave up. Like my inscription, or my scribe. I always say inscriptionist. I know it's scribe, but it's weird to me. But my scribe, he has everything at neutral. And scribe is like the most important character to have reps on. So I just make all the rank 1 contracts. What am I doing right now? Right now, I am going to collect some Fellworts. It's basically your daily cooldown as an herbalist, or with an herbalist. It's, at least for my server, just clicking this Fellwort every 2 days is about 3k gold. So I like to make sure that I collect that whenever it's up. You need level 25, either Legion skinning, herbalism, or mining for it to appear. $6,120 is nice, yeah. You can cover with all, with all the professions you can do on 6 characters. Need some water already. It's been so long since I've streamed. Even if you split them... Huh. Yeah, you can cover all the professions with 6 characters, even if you do only 1 profession per character, I think. Right? I do 6 characters, I think. I have Blacksmithing, Leatherworking, Tailoring, Enchanting, Jewelcrafting, Inscription. And then I pair up Engineering, and then I pair up Cooking. So yeah, I think it's 6 characters. Yeah, the Oldham and Vale reps. I think all the reps kind of take a long time. It's just that we've had the least time to get the 8.3 reps, you know? But they do take a while on their own, yeah. Where is... Here it is. So here's the Felwart. You just click it. You need a level 25 Herbalism. That's it. And then bam. How much is this? So this is 724 gold. And then we have the Brimstone as well. Let's go collect that. Over here. Brimstone for me has dropped in price though. How much gold have I made with just BFA enchants? I would say 250k. I can go and check when we get on my enchanter, which is the next character that I'm going to be on. I can look in the TSM profile. Yo, what's going on, Dark Shadow Hunter? How you doing, dude? Yo, are you from Trove? Here's the Brimstone Destroyer right here. Kill this guy. And then easy. Easy gold. Then usually I do an hour or two of gathering whatever's the top value in Worth It. So the add-on that Dala GG made. He actually gave me a shout in one of his videos, so here's his shout in mine. It's an amazing add-on. And I just look at whatever the top is. I look, if there's a good gold per hour for BFA stuff, I'll prioritize that. So like, you know, 45k, that'd be a good gold per hour. Anything above 30k, in my opinion, is good for gathering. But if there's nothing above 30k here, then I'll just go through here and check them one by one. See what I have. So if it's Serenite that's all on top, I check if I have any Serenite. I have 188. That could probably last me another day or two, so I would go to the next one down. And then, you know, go through this stuff. But I'm not going to gather today. I'll do it after or something. I can just move over. This is called Worth It. Straight up Worth It. Another YouTuber made this, which is why it's such a good add-on, because it's like a person in the community that actually knows what we want to see from an add-on. I 100% it's worth getting flying. 100%. Unless you don't do any gathering at all, and you don't care about reputations. If you're just a pure crafter on the AH, I mean, you don't really fly. What's it for? It will list, so I'll explain it a bit better when I can show it off again. Let's move over to my mage, which is my enchanter. Yeah, for also leveling alts, it's really good, because you can level alts with pure herbalism and mining from 110 to 120. It's just as good as questing, or even better. So still slower than dungeons, but you get all the gold as well from 110 to 120, and if you have flying, it makes it so much faster. Fun fact, Zyphon, I just got WoD flying 2 days ago on my main. I neglected it for so long. I even played in WoD, but I didn't play the last patch, so I didn't have flying. Alright, what was I going to do? I was going to show off Worth It really quick. So Worth It, what Worth It does is there's predetermined values of farms here. So Dala GG and his community went and gathered up an hour's worth of, say, Aberrant Voidfin, an hour's worth of Malformed Nashers, Xenanthid, and all that stuff. And they input all their data into this add-on, so you can see what the average materials you can farm in an hour. So in about an hour, you can fish up 154 Aberrant Voidfins and 100 Malformed Nashers. And then it takes your servers, or I guess you set it, but you can set it to DB Market here in the add-on, and then it will just, you know, multiply it by your server's prices. So you know exactly with just one click, you can see how good a farm would be on your server specifically. Because, you know, YouTubers make a lot of videos and they say this gold per hour, but it's all server dependent, so it's not really true whenever you put a gold per hour in a title or something like that. But this add-on makes it true, basically. And then you can also do your own testing. Like I did my own numbers, and I do get a lot different numbers than the default numbers. I'm just really efficient when I gather, so that could be why. But usually I do get better results than the default add-on. But yeah, you can do even your own tests and your own numbers and stuff like that. Pretty good. Other good gold making add-ons that you should get. So if you're a gatherer, you want Farm HUD and Gathermate 2 and Routes. Those 3 add-ons are an amazing pair together. You get Gathermate 2 for all the nodes on the map. You might know these, but I'm just going to go over all the ones I know of. Well, this isn't a gatherer, so I can't see the nodes on the map. But Gathermate will put all the nodes on your map when you import the data. And then you can make a route with all the data. And then Farm HUD makes it to where you can see the route in the middle of your screen. So it brings your minimap and it inflates it in the center of your screen. Let's collect this stuff while I'm talking, I guess. Not waste too much time. But there's that. Worth it is 100% worth it. Definitely get that if you're a gold maker or farmer, I guess. TSM, obviously. And what else is there? Rarity. A lot of people like rarity if you go out and farm battle pets and mounts. So that way you know, on average, if you're lacking on your, I guess, RNG. You know, if you over farm an item. Or if you get really lucky and you get it way before you're supposed to. So if it's a 1 in 1,000 drop, but you get it in 20 kills, something like that. Where's enchanting? Here it is. There's not really many add-ons that help you make gold. Loot Appraiser, there you go. Loot Appraiser is great if you transmog farm or if you do group farming or really if you want to track anything. But I do most of my tracking now through Worth It because then I have the data stored. And then I can always go back to it and see, maybe this day it's actually better to farm Serenite, but then the next day I check Worth It and it's like Ashar's Veil is way better. Something like that. I do both. Shacktastic. I make my own groups for professions, but then for transmog, battle pets, and materials, I just got groups from the internet, Google, because that's just a lot of data inputting that doesn't really, I didn't want to spend all that time doing manually. With professions, it's very easy because you just click the profession, you click groups, and you click create profession group, and then you can make your own subgroups, you know, tailored to yourself like I do. But when it comes to all the other stuff that I mentioned, it's just putting in items into groups, you know. To me, that's wasted time. Are you farming mats for Marks of the Satyr and stuff? I just buy them off the AH, but now that Legion raids have legacy loot settings, it makes it so much easier to farm them if you need them. If you're looking for someone to kind of do TSM groups for you and operations, I would look up Shayra. I've had the most success with Shayra's groups and operations when I want to use someone else's. I think the YouTube channel is called Zionic and Shayra. But just putting in Shayra into Google will be good. Well, you know, one thing I forgot to do on my Druid was I forgot to make bars, but that's fine. Sometimes I forget that I do restocking on my Druid because it's a miner and an herbalist. But you make bars with mining. Let me sell off this junk. There we go. I made 39.8k in the past 3 days, 4 days. Yeah, 4 days on my enchanter. Let's see, some good things. So I sold a Notorious Scepter. That's not even uncanny. So I must have had that just from leveling enchanting back in 8.2. 10 accords for 6k, so yeah, accords have been dropping in price on my server. They were going for at least 1k each. You can see right here the versatility is still going for 1k though. Market hidden satyrs. These plummeted on my server. They were selling for 9k 2 weeks ago, and now they're down to 2k each. Jeez. Yeah, market the hidden satyrs about 2.2k. How often do I repost? Every day, once a day. What I stream today is everything I do each day. Besides, what's it called? Besides gathering. I spend 1 to 3 hours gathering a day, but I don't think I'm going to stream that. I'm only going to do the reposting and recrafting. Yeah, Shayra is a great place to get some TSM info. Alright, so these I'm gonna disenchant, but I won't do that right now. No need to. Let's do some restocking. A tip I have for anyone that doesn't know this, if you want to restock your items the most accurately, you want to close down the AH after you have reposted everything that you get from your mailbox, so your expires and cancels, and then open it up to the My Auctions tab, and then do your restocking. That's the most accurate I can ever get it. Boom. And I don't like gathering, even though I do a lot of it. I like to buy my materials straight from the AH. It is the highest gold per hour for me. So if I need it, if TSM tells me I need it, I buy it. Unless it's overpriced. Veiled crystals. I haven't actually needed any expulsum recently, so I don't have any veiled crystals. I haven't had to make any bracers. I'm gonna have to actually buy these. Do I have enough? I have enough. What was that you just did? Which part? I did kind of go a little fast. I'm doing this stream assuming people know how to use TSM, but I could go over anything that you have questions of. Was it the restocking? So if you go over to your groups, and you click on your group that you want to restock. I hate this song from Monster Cat. I'm just going to turn it down. I can't skip it because it's a live stream. It's just like a monkey trumpet. That's all it sounds like. Some people might like it though. But yeah, you just click on the group that you want to restock and then you click restock. And then it's all depending on your crafting operations. What you've set for each group. What's your limit above market price on materials? 110%, I guess 115%. That's what you mean, my min price? What's your, oh, I see what you're saying, when I buy them. I don't like going above like 400%, but I'm on a medium pop server, so I don't really mind paying up to 400% because market price is really different on a medium pop server, because market price is basically whoever has posted an item in the past 2 weeks, since there's such a low volume on the auction house. So it really just depends on what I'm feeling, to be honest. But if I see something like deep red on TSM, I'm not gonna buy that. Alright, let's see. What else do I need? Guild Bank. Easy to just click that. Boom, done with that. And there you go. I already had the rest of the mats, so I just sit here and click craft next. Make gold. It's that easy. Of course, I have materials already in my bank, so it'll be not as easy if you don't, but it's pretty much this easy. You just need that starting capital, which I got through gathering. That's all I did when I first started. I got my first 1 to 300k from just farming Serenite, farming Cata herbs, and I was pretty set after that. But yeah, if you have any questions on TSM, there are so many guys out there. You can learn anything. People have figured out how to make the most complex operations there can be. And then if there weren't enough materials on the AH, I don't really care to go farm them. So I'm just going to clear the queue and I'll wait till the next day. Maybe the materials will be posted tomorrow. I try not to farm as much as I can because it's just going out and gathering your own materials is such poor gold per hour. It's really, really the worst thing you can do besides raw gold farming. Of course, if the materials are actually on the auction house and stocked up. Alright, we can turn it back up. Multi-box. I haven't actually done any multi-boxing in the past few days, but that's my plan going forward, is just diving like all into multi-boxing. Since now I don't really have to save gold for anything. I'm just gonna, whenever I get that next account's worth of gold, I'm gonna buy a new account. And then I'm gonna go up to maybe 5 accounts. I'll spread them across a couple servers. That way I can make content for like high pop servers and stuff like that. Maybe go for a Bruto on high pop. I don't know. I don't know how much time we have until Shadowlands. Don't want to post that. Okay. And then make sure to do my Alchemy daily cooldown. I have Alchemy on every single character. Every single 110 to 120. There you go, Anchor Weed. And the last thing I like to do once I'm done crafting is check world quests and see if there's any rank 3s or expulse them. A little loud, I'm yelling. There's expulsum here, 2 Naga hides for 5. I only go for 5 expulsum world quests. I don't do the singles, they're not worth the time. And 2 Naga hide is more expensive than 5 expulsum, so I'm gonna go to the next character. I mean, I don't mean actually getting a Brutosaur, I mean getting 5 million gold. That's what I meant by that. It will already have the Bruto, yeah. Trying to sell potions and flasks, but crazy people selling, yeah. The craziest people in WoW you will find in the alchemy markets. Those are the crazies. I couldn't sell anything for a week because they're undercutting every 10 seconds, yeah. Especially on high and full pop servers, it is the most competitive market out there. It definitely is. That's why I usually recommend cooking over alchemy. Because cooking is great profits as well, with, at least in my opinion, much less competition. And a lot less volatility. Because you are depending on procs when it comes to alchemy. With cooking, you can just craft. I do that all the time. Validity. That's how I get my expulsum. But now that I have 2 accounts, I actually craft all my bracers on my second account. And it is amazing. Like, I just have a 110 Demon Hunter that I leveled up really quick for purely making bracers. And yeah. I can just make bracers all day and then have them ready for whenever I need to expulse them. It's great. Let's see. We are on blacksmithing now. Blacksmithing takes one of the longest to post all my items because I have a lot of transmog to sell from blacksmithing. Hopefully I don't run out of, I shouldn't run out of gold for posting, but I think I'm not going to see any sales in the mailbox until I've collected like 500 mails. I also spend the most on the blacksmith posting auctions, because plate gear has the highest deposit cost. You really got to make sure that you want to post that transmog if you're going to be crafting it with blacksmithing, because those costs will add up. Yeah, I ignore all item variations, but I have heard that people on higher pop servers make a lot more gold if they don't ignore the enchants. But on a low to medium pop server, you don't make enough sales to really be that specific. Because if someone has a cheaper version, they're always going to go for that cheaper version, in my opinion, or from what I've seen. Yeah, Alchemy and Engineering would be the best. Alchemy right now in BFA for the Anchorweed cooldown, and then you can do old cooldowns as well, like True Gold and stuff like that. So Alchemy is just, in general, has always been that profession to put on all your alts. And then Engineering as well because of Sky Golem. But if you're not into Sky Golems, you can also do things like skinning. Skinning has the world quest in Legion, where you can collect 6 Fellhide every 2 days, and same with Herbalism and Mining. So if those materials are high priced on your server, like on my server, Fellhide is 700 each. So every 2 days, that's basically a daily cooldown as well. That gives me even more than the Alchemy one. Yo, what's going on, Medic? How you doing, dude? I think I turned on the music too much. I don't know. It's a different volume in my ears than for you guys, so it's hard for me to tell. Some songs just make me feel like I'm yelling. There's too much going on. 1.7 mil? Nice. You gonna get it purely through carries? Have you always made gold on medium pop? I do play a little bit on high pop servers, but this is my home server, yeah. My main is the only character that I've transferred off, which is my paladin. He's on a full pop, actually, on Proudmoore. But I don't really... I wouldn't say I make gold, I just play him. And even through that, he still has like 300k. I just list everything I get in my bags. Yeah, I'm gonna try out high pop servers. I'm gonna go to Proudmoore, where my main is, and I'm going to make a couple alts over there, and I'm gonna start doing professions. And I want to see the difference personally. I haven't done professions on a full pop server before, so it's a whole nother ball game. But if you're good at it, it has a possibility to make more gold than anything else in the game. But especially nowadays, you have to be highly, highly, highly competitive. I like the chill nature of these low pop servers. Yeah. Have a profession per account instead of per character. I haven't listened to Monster Cat in a while. I'm kind of sad they took down their more chill music channel. It's called like Monster Cat Instinct, I think. Wow, you got a jackhammer? Nice, dude. Nice. And congrats on your long boy. That is pretty lucky, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna start seeing some sales here. 37k. I'm missing one auction. Let's see how much it's worth. Nothing. Okay, it wasn't a sale. So Uncanny Plate Arm Guard. Wow. I sold an arm guard for 8.4k. I think that might be the most I've ever done that for. Shield for 6.6k. Gauntlets for 8.5k. Wow. So the plate gear has actually gone up in the past few days. Okay. Man, TSM does not want to give me my gold. Hey Arjun, what's up, dude? 33 months. Have you been subbing while I was gone? What's going on, Arjun? I miss you, dude. 33 months. Dude, I've been a partnered streamer for almost 3 years, and I haven't even streamed that entire time. Worst streamer ever. I'll take that title. I've been doing great, man. How are you? I've been grinding that gold. You got it your second run of Old Man? Wow. You got the rarest item your second run of Old Man. Or no, there's one item that's worth 10 mil, right? I thought it was a jackhammer. It might be the jackhammer, right? There might be a sword that's worth like 10 mil. But I mean, still, one of the rarest. Top 5. Top 3. Arjun, look at my big old dinosaur. This is what I've been doing since I've been gone. Well, it's laggy because of the mailbox. Hold on. My big old long boy. Do you guys think this is worth 5 months of grinding? Buy tokens like 700 to 800. Okay, so if you have 0 expenses, it's like 2 weeks of a job. With rent and stuff though, like realistic expenses, that's probably still like a month or 2 of saving up, you know? Actual money. If you want to go that route. Unless you're like really, really rich. Okay, so I don't have these items set up in groups, so I'm lazy to do that, and I spend the time to just do this. Ignore this part. These are just random items that won't ever even sell anyways, because they're like 8k on my server for some reason. Alright. Honestly, I should just vendor those things. Do my daily alchemy bag. And then I need to restock now. I'm so used to doing the videos where I just collect the gold that I keep forgetting that I need to actually also restock. I keep wanting to just move on to the next character. The blacksmithing, I can't restock everything because all this Titan steel stuff. I should probably remove it from my groups, but again, right now I'm just lazy. I just click through all that. There you go. That's what I want to make. I need 2 expulsum. Let's see if there's an expulsum world quest real quick. Okay. I'll save that for after because I don't think I can open up WoW on my streaming PC without it killing my stream. So I'll have to do that later. It does feel really good just sitting at a mailbox and never moving. Like, you have your mobile guild bank. If you have the reputation in Wrath, you can have a mobile bank. And then you have the mobile AH, mobile repairman, and then you just sit at a mailbox. You never have to move. It's just easy. I'm gonna buy out... I'll probably buy out all that. It's only 10 silver each. It's 30% of the market. Don't have to worry about it for a while. Max price, I use 500% of DB market. It all depends. On Alchemy, I do 1000%, but in general, I do 500%. Alright, let's see. Let me move over to a forge. I feel like if I go to a high pop server and start making crafts over on a high pop server, I'll get a lot better at TSM. You can be really lazy on a medium pop server. That's that 2 expulsum. Just have to do that later. Oh yeah, I don't have to go back. Look at, I can just mount up right here. Boom. I'm still not used to it. Why is it not selling the folded obsidian? I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Let's see. Why is it not crafting this? It's part of the materials. I need to move that to bars. There we go. Okay. Now I should post it. Hey, alright, Arjun. See you later, man. Welcome back, dude. 33 months sub, man. I'm glad you were, you've stuck around. Alright, that's pretty much all I do on my blacksmith. I just recraft. I don't do anything for reputations or anything like that. And this character makes nearly 200k a week. That's all I do. I just spend that 10 minutes or whatever I did. And that equals 200k a week. Uncanny Gear has been amazing, especially blacksmithing. Well, actually, on Grizzly Hills, it's been specifically blacksmithing. Leatherworking and tailoring have definitely been nowhere close to blacksmithing. It might be different. other places, especially high pop servers. Watch me pull in like 120k right now in 3 days with my leatherworker. Now that I just said that it sucks at uncanny gear. I don't do the ATVs, but now that I have more time, I might start getting into them. Because they do require a bit of grinding or farming. But they make so much profit from what I've seen. I don't really do any mounts actually right now. I'm not doing the Jewelcrafting Panthers, I'm not doing Sky Golems, I'm not doing the ATVs. But that's like one of the next things I'm gonna get into. I do the tailoring carpets and the enchanting carpet. Because those are easy. You just get those while leveling. Wait, aren't there other tailoring carpets though, where they're like different colors? I don't think I'm doing those ones, if that's what you're talking about. Especially when I'm going to be doing multi-boxing. One of the best things you can do with multi-boxing to get rid of all the materials you're going to have is making mounts, so I'm going to have to kind of get into mounts if I want to get into multi-boxing. 41k in 4 days on the Leatherworker, that's actually pretty good. And yeah, it's uncanny gear. Alright, so the game's trying to prove me wrong. They want to show that uncanny is good on all professions. Yeah, it's pretty much just all uncanny gear. Between 2.5 to 6.5k. Stonehide leather barding, that's from a Legion. That's not even current content. That sold for 1,000 for one. Comfortable Riders barding, that's from BFA, 2.3k. Now I have posting gold though. See, that's why I wasn't. If you watched my video today, I got the mount right when I hit 5 mil, and I wasn't really worried because I knew that within a couple days I was gonna make a few 100k. Cause with 5 mil gold, I have maybe 15 mil in auction house value posted at all times. It's insane. Yeah, it is just... all it's been is, you know, it's been like 3 months actually. 3 months straight of just building my auctions every day with every single profession. And then it's pretty passive at that point. Once you got the stock, you just log in and repost everything, and that's all you do. Pretty easy to make gold after that. Ooh. Need to make a lot of Jumps of Fury. Probably need a lot of Explosive too. I wonder if I could log on to my my tailor on the second account and send over bracers without crashing. That'd be boring to watch anyways. I'll just do that later. I'll forget about that for now. Buy from AH, course leather bardings. So are those really at a negative? Sometimes when it tells me to buy an item that I can craft from the AH, I need to double check to make sure it's because it's cheaper that way. Horse leather barding. Let's see, min price $9.90 for 50. That's not for 15. Okay. Yeah, it is cheaper to buy it from the AH. Okay. Fine. Need a lot from the guild bank. Yeah, Argent Dawn is a really high pop server. Things are just in general gonna be lower priced. Yeah, I love the task list. This came with TSM 4, right? I quit for maybe... The last time I really played and raided was at the beginning of WoD. So I haven't really played... Like, I didn't raid at all in Legion. I didn't really even raid all that much in WoD. I quit the first, like, month. So I wasn't even here when TSM 4 released. It's so much better. In some ways, I should say. Let's see. Where's the tailoring bidder? Here it is. Yo, let's go on Go Zera. Go X Era. Oops. Forgot to craft the things. There we go. I guess another add-on, if you don't have an add-on that replaces the default crafting bars, or I guess just like casting bars, Quartz is really good for crafting because you can see exactly how long it's going to take. So it's kind of useful for gold making. You know how much time you have to go get a drink or something? Oh, the Tome of Azeroth was only 450 gold. That is drastically different than mine. Mine is, what was it, 3k on my server? Best way to make gold for the Brutosaur? Professions, do all of them. Don't be afraid to level up a profession all the way and find out that it won't make any gold for you. Because you should definitely take the chance. Leveling a profession in the grand scheme of 5 million gold is very cheap. So I would take the plunge. You can do the math beforehand if you want to. But to make sure that, you know personally that it won't make you any gold, I would say just dive right into it. But the best professions I would get into first would be cooking. Inscription. You don't really need ranks for Inscription, even though it is the most reputation-heavy profession. You don't need reputation for the trinkets, and the trinkets are actually what sells the best for me. So, Inscription, cooking. I wouldn't really recommend Alchemy until you know exactly what you're doing. It is a more complicated and more competitive profession, but it does earn the most if you get good at it. Let's see, what other... Blacksmithing. Definitely blacksmithing. I think on any server, uncanny gear is selling for a profit. At least some pieces are. Maybe just the weapons on high pop servers, but that's still something. And then definitely, if you're playing a high pop, full pop server, go for older expansion profession crafts and materials. Because those are going to be way less competitive, and you'll have a higher chance of making profit with those. Try to look up what are more popular crafts for each profession. So for like blacksmithing, Miss Pandaria is a really popular expansion for blacksmithing crafts. For engineering, you can make lootarangs. You know, that's Cataclysm engineering. It's just one item out of the entire expansion, but usually it makes a lot of gold. Drums of Fury. For WoD leatherworking... Oh, the music just cut out. For WoD leatherworking, you literally just need level 1 and make Drums of Fury. Okay, so that was their stream that cut off, so I guess I need to find music. Let's see if their YouTube channel's down. You can see sell rates, at least on, from what I've seen and from what I've gathered from other people that make a lot of gold through like Transmog, sell rate doesn't really matter. Most of my sales has actually been 0.01. And that seems true across, like I've seen Student, Albatross, which is another YouTuber that does purely Transmog and is on the highest pop RP realm for EU. He also says that the most of his sales have been 0.01, and then Want to Buy Gold has also said the same exact thing as well. So I gave up looking at sell rates. I'm trying to find music here. Let's see, I need a long playlist. They don't stream on YouTube anymore. Monster Cat. Alright, there we go. Has thousands of listings. I would say maybe Student has 2.5k listings, yeah. It is completely up to you. I was just, maybe breaking the mold a little bit. You don't always have to assume that 0.01 will never sell. That's all. Like, back in the day, I used to just disenchant anything that was 0.01. When I cared about it. Gathering, yeah, if you're gonna be gathering, it's definitely the slowest approach to getting a Brutosaur. A Brutosaur is 5 million gold. It's not like it's gonna be something that you have to dedicate yourself to, no matter what. Like, it's not WoD, it's not Legion anymore. You can't just get 5 mil from your mission table. You gotta actually, you know, either gather for 500 hours. That's not an exaggerate. That's actually like how many hours you would need to gather. If it's 20 or 10k per hour. If it's 20k per hour, that's still 250 hours. If you're raw gold farming, that's 500 hours because that's also 10k an hour. So never raw gold farm. That is the actual worst thing you can do. That's only good for getting started for your first like 100, 200k. But after that, you have to ditch it. You gotta find the ways to make like 1 million gold a week, you know what I'm saying? And gathering. Unless you're gathering on a multi-boxer. You know. Or you can actually do carries. So Medic D3, I've been playing WoW with him for many, many years. And he does Mythic Plus carries, and he's almost at a Brutosaur. But obviously that requires gear as well, so time invested. Oh, and horrific visions, yeah. Yeah, you definitely, even with multi-boxing gathering, you want to make stuff like mounts to get rid of the materials, because you're farming at such high volume. And it's not like there's more people buying your stuff. So you gotta sell your materials in other ways. There you go, there's a nice recrafting session on the Leatherworker. I'll make the uncanny gear later, when I can make the expulsum without boring everyone to death. Because expulsum crafting is the worst thing about BFA professions. It is so boring. Such a waste of time. Why are these not posting? What group are you in? Oh yeah, I made a new group for bladders because I want to make 80 at a time now. There you go. Alright, this guy's also a skinner, so I can actually go and show how I make, what, I think 3k every 2 days through Legion skinning. I pop server 4 different characters, different professions, and so far all the profit column and TSM are red in your profession. But at least you know, right? Because it's better to try out the profession and know that you won't make any gold than to not try and possibly miss out on gold. That's what I was mentioning earlier, like, in the grand scheme of things, leveling the profession is one of the cheapest investments you're going to make, even if it doesn't make you any profit. Because then you can still go and do older expansion stuff. You don't need to only do BFA. And then you'll have the profession to level up. You can always do the math beforehand, but when it comes to checking out every single item you can make, like, it would take a lot of math. It's easier to just fork over the gold and level up the profession. You can make back within 2 hours of gathering what you spent to level it up. And then also make sure that you know for a fact that it's red for, no other reason than it's unprofitable. Because there's always a reason why someone is crafting something, right? Like, people aren't going to be crafting every item in the game if it's unprofitable. There's going to be a reason for that. Maybe they're getting their materials in a cheaper way and than you, and that's why your TSM shows that you're not profiting. Maybe you don't have it at rank 3. Maybe you don't have uncanny crafts. You didn't farm up the marks of honor and you can't see uncanny gear. Make sure to check out uncanny gear and see if that stuff is profitable. Same thing with alchemy. A lot of people level up alchemy all the way, get rank 3, but don't know about the Silas sphere. So they think that it's unprofitable. But then if they would factor in the procs from Silas, then they would see that maybe there is some profit. But when it comes to high pop servers, it could just come down to the materials are so... there's so many materials on the auction house from multi-boxers that it's just pure not profitable. But people will still craft the items to get rid of those materials because they have just so many from multi-boxing that they can afford to take the slight loss in profit because they're at least getting rid of their stock of items. So make sure you just try to understand why things are priced the way they are. That way you know how to make gold. Is it right to add the Silas sphere proc chance? Yes, Samadan plays WoW. If you look that up on YouTube, I have it linked in the description of my TSM profiles video. Samadan plays WoW has a very nice walkthrough. It's a couple hours long altogether, but he will show you exactly how to set that up to where TSM will tell you without having to do any math on your own. Is this guy in a cave? Where's this guy? Might be in a cave down here. So come over here. It probably took me 5 minutes to fly over here. Hearthstone, loading screens, everything included. Kill the gargantuan, skin him, get 6 Felhide, and that is... Wow, Felhide dropped in price on my server. So that's 1.5k. So that's basically the same thing as the alchemy. The herbs to anchor alchemy, but you can do it with a skinner. Maybe anchor weed is highly competitive on your server or something. You can use this as an alternative. And that's all I do on this character. I'll just hearth, actually. Sometimes, this is my skinner, so sometimes I'll see if the dredge leather farm is good for today. Right now it's 15k per hour, so I wouldn't do it. But if it was like 30k to 50k per hour today, I would go out and farm some dredge leather in the Vale for about an hour, just to get some inventory of that stuff. It is pretty astonishing how well anchorweed has held its value for as long as it's have, in my opinion. Like at the start of BFA, it was like maybe 600 gold each, so it was kind of crazy. But it's been over almost 2 years and it's still at 90 gold. It's crazy. My tailor probably will take the longest because if I have to craft deep sea bags, I have to craft a lot of them. Yeah, I'm glad that they kept anchorweed in the greater flask recipes, because they gave, if they didn't require anchorweed for the greater flasks, it would have probably fell in price a lot more than it did. Because it uses so many. Like, so many anchorweeds for those flasks. I want to try out a anchorweed farming group, like a 10-man group. I heard that it's really good gold per hour, like comparable to, even better than Xanthid. I've seen people say they made like 40k in an hour. Imagine multi-boxing anchorweed. You would have to have 10 different accounts on 10 different servers, but imagine doing that. Getting 100 anchorweed every click because it's 10 times 10, right? Or you get about 7. I haven't gathered an anchorweed in a while, but I'm pretty sure it's about like 7 you get. You would get 70 each time. I feel like multi-boxing, like, it just opens up so many new horizons, you know? It basically makes anything worth gathering. You know? It's crazy. Also, I really want to get into, like, not only gathering with multi-boxing, but making a group for, farming things that you need to kill mobs for. So, like, mount farming, cloth farming. Cloth farming probably isn't worth it, but you get cloth while mount farming anyways, so it's kind of 2 in 1. You can do, like, primal farming. All the good gold per hour farms out there. What's going on, Hada? Dude, what's up? Showing up. This is the first stream I've done in 4 months and Hada shows up. What's going on, dude? Ain't no problem, Shacktastic. A lot of people are probably gonna realize that it's pretty easy. Like, I don't do a lot to make my gold. But people do need to realize that I'm on a medium pop server. I try to say that a lot. This is what it looks like to be on a medium pop server. If you're on a high pop, you're probably a lot more stressed. Okay, Hada. Yeah, man. You've been around for so long. I'm surprised you're still in the Steam group, too. Yeah, Draenor EU. Oh, I'm broke on the tailor. Too much crafting cost. Here's 7k. That was a cloak. Uncanny cloak. Yeah, Draenor EU. That's like ultimate stress levels for professions, I would assume. That is... I don't think you can get any more of a competitive market in the entire game than Draenor EU. At least from what I hear off. I don't play EU. Exam study for... Not studying? Yeah, my daughter, she's out of school for like 5 months or something. At least as of what we know right now. It's kind of crazy. I am planning on playing Valorant, yeah. Actually, dang, I should have a stream pulled up right now, huh? I need to get a key. I'm not big enough to get keys. My room to yours. Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. I'm not sure what server method is on it. It might be Draenor. I just know that Draenor is the highest population server. I'm not sure what their rating progress is. Yeah, Valorant looks good. From what I've seen. I'm really looking forward to playing it. If you guys don't know, I'm really big with FPSs. Like, I love Rainbow Six Siege, I love CSGO. One of my biggest live streams I've ever had was CSGO. I had like 500 people watching me play CSGO. And then, my biggest video I've ever made was actually Rainbow Six Siege. It has like 1 million views. I play COD Warzone, yeah, I've been playing a bit of that. Those are my two favorite genres, is FPS and MMO. I kind of bounce back and forth between them a lot. Hey, thank you, my room to yours. I'm pretty sure it's like, what was it, like 70 or 80 of the top 100 guilds were all Horde? There's a lot of Horde top guilds out there. I've always just played Alliance though. And Classic I'm Horde because it's kind of like a restart, so I'm getting the experience from the other side, but I've always been Alliance. I haven't played TF2 in a while, but man, I miss it. Playing the Pyro on TF2 was one of my favorite times. Oh, look at that, deep sea bags. Who would have thought? Sold a lot of those. They are making no gold though. Let's see how much I'm making from a deep sea bag. I'm making 3 gold. It's not even gonna restock them today because that's not enough. My threshold is at least 10 gold. So it won't even craft them today. Whoa! Uncanny cloth bracers for 6.8k. That is overpriced. Sold some bolts of rune cloth for over 1,000 gold. Okay. I never played Quake on PC. But I played Quake on console, so it was, I think, Quake 3 Arena. I played Unreal Tournament on PC when I was like 10. I forget when it came out. What was it, like 99? So I was 6? 5? I'm not that much older than you, Hada. I don't think, if I remember right. You're 19? Yeah, I'm only 7 years. That's not that much, I guess. Casual? Oh, for TF2, it's filled with cheaters? Why do I have these random bandages? Did someone send me bandages? That's weird. I think they'll get posted because this is a tailor. I'm not even gonna post them. I'm from a different century. Only by a little bit though, you know? Whew. Definitely not gonna be making 150 mooncloth. My first ever PC game was Diablo 1 when it first came out. I was 4 years old. It was a Blizzard game. Who would have thought? All of my favorite games of all time have always been Blizzard games. Well, and Dark Souls. Frostweave, how much I need? 60, okay. That's cheap enough, I'm just gonna buy it all. It's only 171. Another weave, I need... 80. Arcane Dust, 40. I guess that's cheap. Ember Silk Cloth. I guess. Oh, it's only 2 of them. Okay, I'm not paying 10 gold for Ember Silk Cloth. Alright, there we go. That's all I want to buy. Since I have my crafting operation applied to the entire profession, there's a lot of things that I don't craft, even though it tells me to craft it. You'll probably notice that a lot. But it's especially with tailoring though, because tailoring has a lot of random materials that you need to craft all the things. Played Diablo 1 on PS1? I forgot it did that! Or they came out on PS1 with Diablo 1. What I played on PlayStation 1 was... I don't know if anyone's heard of this. It was a JRPG. Legend of the Dragoon. I loved that game. What else did I play on PS1? I mean, I had PS1 for a while. I was more into the N64 at that time, though. Like Super Mario 64. And GoldenEye. GoldenEye was great. Why did I go to Stormwind? I don't even know why I just came here. I'm not even looking at the screen, I'm just talking. I played a lot of... PS2 was the most time I spent on a console. I played every PS2 game I could see. I loved all the series. Jack and Dexter, Ratchet and Clank, the SOCOM Navy SEAL games. I loved those too. Those are pretty fun. I can't even remember. There was too many. Leaf Green, Pokemon on the Game Boy. I guess I just had all the consoles. I was a little spoiled, huh? I played Pokemon up until Pokemon Pearl. Whenever the DS came out. That's when I stopped playing Pokemon altogether. Pretty sure Pearl came out when like COD 4 came out. Hey, thank you, Armored Toasters. It was a journey. A long, long journey. Did you play the old Rainbow Six PC game? I played Rainbow Six on console. Like, the first and the second one. I didn't play Vegas. Or New Vegas, I mean. Was it New Vegas or was it just Vegas? I was kind of weird, like, one year I would prefer to get games on the console, and then one year I would get it on the PC. I played a lot of RTSs on PC. I played, like, Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, Command and Conquer, the Star Wars Galactic one, I forget what it was called. Galactic Battlegrounds, I think it was. Pretty much any ARPG, I played it. Not ARPG, RTS. And then I played ARPGs. Mostly games, I guess, that required a lot of clicking. I played on PC at the time. Alright, don't look at my bags. They're all over the place right now. Just so many random things. I don't need that. Okay, so I'm all set on the tailor. I didn't have to craft bags, so it didn't take that long, since bags aren't that profitable right now for me. Donkey Kong Country, hell yeah. I played some Donkey Kong on the N64. Here's the big boy character right here. Here's my alchemist. It's just been the past week or two, ever since people have been told to stay home, a lot of bags have plummeted in price on my server. It's also probably due to the leveling buff. A lot more people want to make bags because people are saying like bags are selling like crazy. So just by word of mouth, there's been more competition. Those are a couple reasons I can think of. But they were super profitable up until a week ago. I was profiting like 2k each bag sometimes when it came to like otherworldly bags. And then I was profiting maybe 300 to 400 gold per deep sea bag. But now it's, 3 gold. It just tanked. Well, for Alliance, it's Order of Embers, but no, I don't have that leveled up. Or ranked up. I am crafting deep sea bags at rank 2. So it's just me personally that it's not profitable for. It is profitable on my server, I guess, if you had rank 3. Also, I didn't know that these items weren't stackable when I first leveled up engineering. And I wasn't looking, I just crafted, I think 50 of them. So I have a lot of electroshock mount motivators that don't even sell. And they take a slot each. So that's what I get for trying every item out, right? It says it's profitable, but it doesn't sell. I wonder how much gold this character earned in 4 days. Gotta be at least 200k, I would think. So far it shows 93k. Maybe I didn't even make that much. I didn't post any Xanthid. And I don't think I've made any pots since I last opened my mailbox. This is all just stuff that I already had. 153k, I mean that's not that bad. Yeah, I wanted to actually start... I was thinking about that, Zyphon, I was thinking about that. I want to see, because when I used to stream an MMO, the MMO that I used to cover before WoW, I was really big into community events. So I've been trying to brainstorm what type of community things I can do in WoW. Those are always the best streams. Those are the times I had the most fun is just doing community events. For my first stream back, I thought it would just be a good... Since I just got the Brutosaur, I thought it would just be a good idea to show off kind of everything that I'm doing from start to finish when I log on each day. Just so there's like, you know, people know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not trying to hide anything here. I make plenty of gold. So I got a big stack right here of Vast Horizons, 20 for 26k. So those are selling for more than 1,000 each. Greater Flask of the Currents, these are selling for 2,000 gold each. 16 for 30k. Undertows are selling for about 900 gold each. Yeah, about 900 gold each. Abyssal Healing Potions, about 100 and something gold each. And then apparently, Unbridled Furies are selling for 260. I just sold a stack. Wonder how much that was. Let's see. I just posted it, and I sold 20 for 5.2k. Alright, 153k, that's not bad. Yeah, I miss streaming. I definitely miss streaming. It just takes a lot of time. I'm planning at least right now, at least one stream a week. Some type of eventful stream. I don't want to do any type of boring streams where it's just like a daily, random daily things that I do, you know. I need to find this one thing to do each week that would be pretty eventful. That would like involve everybody, not just myself. Alright, so crafting on the Alchemist is a little different because you do rely on having a Silas proc, so let's see if I have to even craft any potions right now. It looks like I do, yeah, okay, so might have to do those later. I don't have a buff on me right now. Let's check engineering. Okay. Let's see. At least I don't need any expulsum. That's good. Alright. This will be easy to shop for. Yeah, group farms would be really fun. I've never done group farms before because I've always just played solo. So that opens up a lot of opportunities for me. If we are able to get, you know, 8 people, 10 people to do things. Let's see, albino cavefish. Does this say 4 gold? What? Buy all of that out. 4 gold? Who posted that? 50 gold is still cheap too. 50 gold. How many do I need? I only need 7 more. I might even just buy all these too. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Terracone. I make every single potion and flask, by the way. I've sold some classic or vanilla potions for thousands of gold. I do not discriminate when it comes to crafting. Like, it just seems like I can make anything and it'll sell. Star Moss. It's telling me to log on to all my alts, so it's probably because of Star Moss. How much do I really need? Whew! 2.1k, okay. Gonna be pricey. It's below market value though, so that's fine. This is definitely for a flask. Guess I'm just bugged out. What flask am I needing all the Siren's Pollen for? This doesn't seem like I would need a lot. Oh, it's the potions. Okay. I was like, that's only 16 flasks. There shouldn't be that much that I need. I do have a video that went over my TSM groups and operations. I have, that was like a couple months ago, so I have expanded upon them quite a bit. So I do need to update the paste bin. And I will actually write that down so I don't forget. Now that I'm like completed this challenge, it is, I guess, an appropriate time to update that stuff. There we go. Update TSM profile link. I will do that later. Okay, let's keep buying out all the Star Moss. Still need a lot. No, TSM, don't bug out every single time. Let me close it and reopen it. Oh, hey, look, that's my Star Moss. 340. Okay, so I only need 400. It actually won't tell me until I collect it real quick. What? I only bought 200. Oh, geez, I need so many more. I need 1.9k. I might have to farm that later. There might not be enough. No, there's not even enough. 800, even if I sent over the ones that I have on my druid. You use points for something? I don't even know how that works. Where is it? Oh, did you get the emote? Nice. It didn't show me anything though. It didn't tell me. That's weird. Alright, let's see. What else do I need to buy? That's funny, you got the lol. Alright, Volatile Earth. 22, whoops. 22, alright. So this is actually going to take a lot longer than usual because I am streaming and I'm talking a lot. Usually I'd be a lot faster than this. It's like, this says 221% and it's red, but, It's because I am sorting by average buy. It's still below market value. It's just in general I've spent less than this to buy them. I should make it to where the older stuff that's not current content is sorted by DB market and not average buy. I will change that. What? Someone's selling a Crescent Saberflesh for 293,000. That is definitely going to sell. Alright, let's go to the guild bank. I'm not even gonna be able to make most of these potions because I need my size proc, but I can get lucky. Maybe I'll get lucky. Alright, let's see if I can get a Silas proc. Silas. There you go. I keep saying Cyrus. Wait, first I need the vials, just in case I actually do get the proc. I need to be prepared. Okay. Come on, RNG gods. Give me the transmutation. I mean, prosperity. Oh! I got prosperity! I can show you how I craft potion. Wow. Sometimes it takes me an entire week to get a prosperity. Make sure to get my daily alchemy transmute first. Alright, why is it telling me to go to all my alts? It is just for Star Moss. And I only need 52 more. Ooh, okay, okay. So let me do a quick log over to my druid. Super quick. Try not to waste too much time on this Silas proc. Unless TSM is already accounting for this guy. I don't think it does, though. Actually, I think I'm wrong. I'll be able to make, like... Or I won't be able to make, like, 2 flasks, I guess. Don't aggro. Okay, don't hit me. Keep missing. No! Got an 18 proc on a greater flask? Nice, dude. I got a 20 on Potion of Unbridled Fury, but never a flask. I think maybe the highest flask I got was 14. Avoid the PvP. Reeve? I have no idea how I would pronounce that, but thank you for the follow, man. Alright, let's see. Where was that, Star Moss? There it is. Good thing no one bought that, because I need it. And I'm actually going to send over this Fellweed and Infernal Brimstone to my Enchanter, because I use those in Legion Enchanting. I think it's for the pets. Reef G. Oh! You're Reef G. Alright. What's going on, man? It's been a while. Somehow lost your last account? Was it from the password or it was stolen? A good while. It's definitely been a good while. You're right. Studying a lot? It seems like everyone's studying. Everyone's all grown up now. It's been too long since I've streamed. Has anyone made reasonable money from Jewelcrafting recently? You actually might want to check out my Jewelcrafter this week. I have good news. Where's that sales? Okay, here we go. So we got the prosperity, and we can start crafting. I'm so glad that I got the prosperity proc. That's so lucky. Chang, dude! Everyone's coming back. What's going on, Chang? How you doing, dude? But yeah, Shacktastic, I got lucky and I actually sold a uncanny staff for 60k. I think it was yesterday. I noticed. We're on quarantine. I guess that's true, huh? No one's busy. Yeah, 60k, Shaq. It's crazy. But Azurine and Sage Agates are between 600 gold to 1,000 gold each on my server. So I don't know exactly how much profit it is, but I'll be able to check when I log over. I could just look at the TSM. Oh, you still have to work? Hopefully it's not a service job where you have to interact with a whole lot of people. No, TSM, why you break? TSM has really been breaking on me a lot recently. I don't know why. Couple people here and there. That's not too bad then. I interact with, you know, I go to the grocery store and stuff still, so gotta eat. Can't just starve to death. Alright, TSM, make the potions. It's not gonna make the potions. So what I have to do, 168. This is what I've had to do. I have to kind of do it manually here. How many do I have of these already? 32. Okay, so I do need these. So I have to click this 168 times. It's really annoying. It won't go away. I would have to redo the entire queue. Just eat toilet paper. I don't even have that. You think there's toilet paper out here, man? Okay. Now I can craft them. Blacksmithing, Jewelcrafting, Enchanting, Tailoring. Tailoring is, yeah, the cheapest. Actually, on my server, it wasn't, because Deep Sea Satin is, like, between 25 to 30 gold on my server. It's, like, the most expensive material for some reason. But, I would say out of those, blacksmithing and enchanting would give you your highest profit margins. And tailoring might have the highest sell rates with bags. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just Deep Sea Satin is so expensive on my server. It's crazy. And with the Jewelcrafting Shacktastic, you might find that you make more gold through just prospecting, like Osmite ore. That's where I've seen actually my most profits. But again, my Azurine and my Sage Agates are between 5 to 1,000 gold each one. So maybe if they're like that on your server too, I would check out prospecting. You do need 150 to mass prospect though, so it is kind of annoying. I would prioritize blacksmithing, in my opinion. Especially since you don't have them leveled up already. With enchanting, most of my profits come from older expansion enchants for heirlooms. I do get a lot of profit from BFA enchants. They're definitely really good, but I make more from blacksmithing from BFA. But you will need over 100 marks of honor, I believe, for blacksmithing to get all the uncanny pieces at rank 3. It might be less, but I remember it was around 100. So that is going to be a pretty pricey thing if you've never done PvP for marks of honor before. But I think oh, it's Tuesday. I think you just missed the best time to ever get marks of honor. Yeah, Comp Stomp ended at 8 AM today for me. Unless you're on EU, you have one day where you can try to farm up as many marks of honor as you can. I think it took maybe 2 hours for me to get 70 or 80 marks of honor because I just did the comp stomp on all of my alts that are 120. I did it maybe 10 times, I guess. Yeah, 10 times because I have 80. I need to make sure I'm not running out of my buff there. This is another thing why I like quartz if you don't have a replacement for your cast bar, because you can see sometimes I have to make like 600 Unbridled Furies at once, and that takes over 10 minutes long, so I can adjust it and see exactly how long it's going to take me to craft all of them, and I can make it to where it takes exactly 10 minutes. That way I don't waste my proc. But then you just have to wait 10 minutes and then you get your proc back. Alchemy is definitely like an annoying profession to have to deal with, but it makes so much profit that it's worth it. At least for me. Some people say it's not profitable for them. Okay, yeah, so you might have a stock of marks already. And my voice. I haven't done a stream in so long that my voice can't handle it. Do you think people will enjoy me uploading this to YouTube? The idea was to show an entire like daily routine for me. Like actually show, not just say what I do, but actually show what I do. And I thought it'd be a good idea to just upload the whole thing to YouTube. But I don't know if this is YouTube type content. Might be a little boring, I don't know. I guess we'll just see how it goes. Oh, that is true. Samadan does upload his YouTube, or his streams to his YouTube as well. Well, that one broke, so that means I have to reload and then do that manually. Samadan uploads movies? That's how I feel, man. I upload, like, hour-long videos, but there's just so many professions to cover, it's like... And I talk so fast, I don't think I can get any faster. Maybe all the useless words that I say. Cut those out and it'll cut back time. In an hour-long video, it's probably like 10 minutes of useless words that don't even need to be in the video. Alright, I don't have... Good thing I did that, because I actually didn't even have my proc up. I gotta wait 9 minutes. I'll just move on to the next character, I guess, and then we'll come back to the Alchemist. I'll make this trinket. Don't need to wait on that. There we go. Okay. So I'll come back to this guy. Crescent oil. I can make 20 of those. I'm surprised there was albino cavefish for 5 gold. And no one bought it before I did. That's so weird. Also, if any of you have leveled up Alchemy just to find out that it's not profitable on your server, since you already have the profession that you probably don't want to get rid of, go and do WoD Alchemy as well. You only need level 1, and you can get all these Draianic potions, and these seem to do really good on a lot of servers as well. Like invisibility, swiftness, water breathing, water walking. These are really good potions to make. And you know, Alchemy has all the transmutes, so even if BFA isn't profitable, there's gotta be like, if you do Cataclysm Alchemy, you'll make some profits. But if you are going to actually do transmutes, make sure you get Transmutation Master. You have to do like a quest line for it. But you also need maxed, I think, yeah, max level 300 classic Alchemy for that. Why is this so quiet? What the heck? The music got so quiet. It sounds like they're playing music from real speakers. That's weird. Classic swiftness, yeah, standard swiftness potions, those are great too. Let's see how much gold my cook has made, and my scribe. Did I just hear someone open the door? They're gonna do a freaking podcast on the Monster Cat live stream? What the heck? What happened to the music? Alright, we have to find music. I'm trying not to get copyright claimed here. And I pay for a license for Monster Cat, so I like have to listen to their music. I need like an hour-long video from here, from Monster Cat. Let's see. Do they have like a greatest hits maybe? How long is this video? Nice. There we go. Now we should be uninterrupted for an hour long. Even raid day unbridled potions are only 93 gold per. That is way different than my server. I just sold a stack for 260 each. Yeah, this is the first expansion because I don't know if you remember, Medic, but I was always with Tantric where I would always go for server first to like server second because Tantric would always fucking win. But I would always go for server first, like max level. But this time, I'm going to go for... I'm just gonna do herbalism and mining and make like 1,000,000 gold an hour. Because I'm not geared to try to go for a server first anything. Oh, their website. That is true. I haven't thought about streaming with their website up. I always go to their Twitch channel. Dang, look it. I made more gold with cooking and Inscription in the past 4 days than I did with Alchemy. Nice. I made 203k in 4 days with cooking. And Inscription, I mean, too. I need to post these. These are taking too much space. I get a Druid of 460 in one run. Really? That seems like pretty high. I guess they're funneling you the gear, right? If you pay for it. Maybe. I might take a look at that. I would have to get it on another server, though. I don't know if there's even anybody raiding on the server. Oh, did you spend points, Dark Shadow? The lurk. Man, it's kind of sad. I got some high quality emotes and then I stopped streaming. I mean, I know I paid Skyrider, but like, she spent some time on those emotes. Why did I stop? It's just that I realized that I can't do like streaming every day and make a video every day. I have to spread them out. It was taking way too much time. Alright, let's check out this 203k. My goal now is to get at least one video a day and then 1 week of, one stream a week. That's my my goal right now. I got a question. Solo series, loved it. Your Alch character. Did you make all the gold from mats you farmed rather than bought? No. I've made a character on Medium Pop World, and it seems that just not a lot of mats on the AH. So, you're not going to find your mats right away when it comes to a Medium Pop server. You have to be paying attention to the market as much as you can. I would maybe buy Xanthid in bulk once a week, because at least one day in a week it would drop to a price where I was comfortable buying it. And I personally bought all my Xanthid at 35 gold each, and I bought 25,000 at once. It cost me 1.4 mil gold. So I had to earn that first. When I first started Alchemy, I didn't farm my mats, but I was just buying them. But I wasn't making that many potions. I was making maybe like 20 of each, maybe 10 of each potion. And then I just, ramped it up from there. It took me 5 months, so it was 5 months of building that stock up, you know what I mean? But I definitely cannot farm enough Xanthid to make the amount of potions of flasks that I make. I can maybe farm 400 to 500 Xanthid an hour, and I'm using thousands a day, almost. It's just not possible. Yeah, I only make the patch 8.2 pots and flasks. The only thing from 8.0 that I make is light step potions, I think they're called. We got 13 bountiful captain's feasts for 47k, wow. That's the biggest stack I've sold of those feasts. That was a huge chunk. Roar scrolls all going for over 10k per stack. Ghastly Goulashes, sold 96 of those for 11k, that's pretty good. A compendium trinket from Inscription, 16k. Still making a lot of profit off of those. Another trinket of Storms this time, 14k. The offhand from Inscription, 9.5k. Another one for 9.5k. So I made a decent amount from actual Inscription this week. Maybe even more than cooking. Yeah, it seems like I made more from Inscription than cooking this time. Seems like about 100k from Inscription, and then 80k from cooking, I would say, adding all this up. Yeah, look at this. It's like 4k a feast, isn't it? That's crazy. That's the most I've ever sold those for. Go tip using what Alchemy, they're green. Nice. I'm glad it could work out, man. And you only need level 1. There's like no investment, right? That's an easy one to check out. I think you need to buy a book though from the trainer to get the potions. I don't know. All right, let's see what I need to recraft. Actually, it's probably been 9 minutes. I've been talking a lot. Need to make sure I don't waste my Silas proc. Yeah, I'm gonna try to balance it to where I can stream and make videos. I need to put more content out there. At least I don't have to spend all my time making gold anymore. I could be a little bit more casual with the gold making in terms of like how much time I put in every single day. Cause right before I got the Bruto, that was basically all my days were just making gold. If you ever need graphics work for your profile, I'd love to hook you up. I've worked with the big boys and love your stuff, man. Hey, thank you, Studio Vulcan, for the offer. I'm not sure. I do kind of want to do a channel redo because most of my channel graphics and stuff like that is revolved around a game I used to play and have no plans on ever playing again. I really like my emotes because it was a personal friend of mine that made them and they're really high quality. But in terms of like my channel art, like on YouTube and on Twitch and stuff like that, that stuff needs to be updated. So I might hit you up, man. Message me on Discord if you can. Alright, let's see. Yeah, my proc is up. Let's do it. More potions. Vast horizons. Two days ago? Unless you already know how to play the markets and you just took a break and you're coming back, you know, I would say at that point you might be able to get the Brutosaur in time. But if you're kind of learning right now, it might be too late. But I would still go for it. Get as close as you can. If you miss it, then, you know, you understand why you missed it. You know, you came pretty late. But you'll be prepared for next expansion at least. To, you know, get whatever you want. Maybe you'll be stocked up on as many WoW tokens as you could ever want. Maybe you've wanted to play COD. I don't know. You could buy COD with gold. You could buy Shadowlands with gold. That's a few mil per. I got a proc of 9 potions. That's pretty good. You know, decent. What do you do with all the extra ultramarine inks I make offhands? Wait, is it an offhand or a trinket? I forget. It's either an offhand or a trinket that costs, or that uses... It does use expulsum, so... It's if you have a... Or if it's profitable while also making the expulsum. Make sure that's true. But you can make offhands and you can disenchant those for veiled crystals. If you have... You definitely want to have a... enchanter with the Tools of the Trade rod, though, to get more. Yeah, so when you claim a WoW token, you can either choose to directly get 30 days of game time, or you can also opt to get $15 of BattleNet balance, in which you can spend on other things on the shop. I don't think you can use it for anything on the shop, but you can buy like games and stuff like that. You can buy Hearthstone packs. I know that. You can buy Overwatch packs. You can buy more WoW accounts for multi-boxing. That's what I have been doing a little bit. I've done it once, but I plan on doing it 3 more times at least. I mean, I currently don't plan on playing Trove, no. Unless they make a drastic difference to the core gameplay loop, it can't be doing dungeons 24/7. Like, I'm just not into dungeons right now in Trove. Alright, so there we go. Fully stocked up and reposted on my Alchemist. And post these, skip that, okay. My Alchemist is done. Coaching bad habits of gold making? Well, what do you see as a bad habit? Do you spend a lot of gold that doesn't earn you gold back? Is that what you mean? Do you buy WoW tokens, but you don't do anything to make back the gold that you spend on WoW tokens? What would you consider a bad habit? What I've been doing is I've just been making sure that whatever I spend, I'm spending it to make more gold. Except for WoW tokens. I have to buy WoW tokens every month, but and it doesn't necessarily make you gold back. But besides that, the biggest thing I would say is being consistent, and if you can, do it every single day. If you want to make a lot of gold in BFA, you can't really passively do it that well, like you could back in Legion and WoD. If you're gonna make gold, you have to make gold, which means you have to spend time doing it. So if your goal is to make gold, dedicate as much as you can, an hour. I do 3 hours a day, because that's what I'm comfortable with. But if you miss a day, you're missing 3 hours of work, and that will add up. Okay, let's see. Restocking time. That is true. I forgot that the new contracts have, or are really good for Ultramarine dumping. I personally don't have those ranks up either, so that's why I forgot about that, but that would be amazing if you can get those reps up. But besides that, yeah, you can make a, I think it's the Honorable, I can't remember which one it is, but you make a offhand with the Inscription, and it's a purple, so you can disenchant it for Veiled Crystals. Let's see, question will be 192. Never mind, there's only 15. I always do that with TSM now. I don't look at how much quantity is up, I type how much I want. Never enough. I need 177 more, there we go. Lack of intelligence, or I'm just doing all the wrong things despite the fact I watched hundreds of hours of videos. Spend the most time logging between characters to cancel scan and scan the AH. It could be your server as well. Make sure you know why people are posting things for the price that they're posting at. If you see that potions and flasks are being posted for a lot cheaper than you can make them, try to find out why that is, because people are making things for a certain price for a reason. You know, not everyone wants to make items to just lose their own gold. Maybe they know of a way to get cheaper materials, or maybe you're not trying to get cheaper materials and you're just buying materials when you see that you need them. But maybe this other person that you're seeing on the auction house that's your competition, maybe they're waiting until a certain price point where the material drops below, and then they buy out a huge stock, like I have done with Xanthid. And then they have really cheap materials compared to yours, and they can undercut you by a lot more because their potion costs less to make than yours. Maybe they multi-box. There's a few reasons why, you know, things can happen and why things are the way they are. It's not always just because everyone's trying to, you know, scam each other and undercut each other for the purposes of making each other mad. What are some other things? I would say probably the biggest thing that people don't do is doing it every day. Because even if you gather 1 hour a day every single day, that's 30 hours gathering a week. And if you're gathering at 20k, that's 600k a month. I mean, I meant a month, by the way, when I said 30 hours. 30 hours a month for just 1 hour a day. So, 600k, it'll take you 5-6 months to get the Bruto doing that. But, that's just one thing you can do for an hour a day. Alright, let's see. Rubbery Flank is so expensive on my server. I'll buy these just because it's still cheaper to make the food. Or it's still more profit to make the food with them, but they're just... It sucks how expensive they are. Burnt Pigment at 32 gold each? I'll buy those. Don't need to make those myself, I guess. Malform Gnashers, I need 65. And sorry if I'm not, going as fast as possible through all my characters. I'm trying to talk to you guys, Make sure everyone gets their answers. Might be like a 6-hour restocking session, I don't know. Now we're actually almost done. I need 2 more characters. Aberrant, I only need 9. Good. Shadow Pigment for 5 gold, that's worth. Don't need to make that on my own. And then Crimson Pigment, I'll actually make my own. Alright, yeah, because I have a lot of things that I need to answer real quick. Quick question, I have a hard time selling stuff due to literally one person undercutting me after 20 seconds of posting it. You can't sell anything. What you can do is take a break. Maybe spend an hour gathering and then come back to it. Spend an hour just playing the game, come back to it. Or, if you want to, you can take a couple days break and see if they'll stop undercutting you then. If they are a person that just 24/7 sits on the auction house and undercuts you, don't even worry about it. Just post them up, and then maybe every 3 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, maybe one time in the morning, one time at night, do a cancel scan. But if they're going to be undercutting you like crazy and you can't keep up, you just gotta not worry about it. And, you won't be selling the stock immediately anyway, so you won't be... It's not like you're gonna be recrafting and keep flooding the auction house, because you should only be recrafting what you sell. So it should work out. You just obviously will make less sales over the week. But maybe look into a different market then, Maybe try to find a item that isn't as competitive. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about people that sit on the auction house 24/7, because that's what they're doing. And on high pop servers, that's what you gotta do for Alchemy. So if you're trying to get into the Alchemy market and you're on a high pop, full pop server, that's one of the things you gotta do. If you're not able to do that, you just gotta find a different market. It might suck because you're not gonna make as much gold as that other person, and they're gonna make it a lot quicker than you. But that's because they are doing what they need to do. They're sitting there and cancel scanning. That's why it's a lot more chill on medium pop servers, I would say. There's a lot less requirement to make gold. Alright, let's see. What is something that I can set up right now? I guess I'll do a mass mill real quick. Let me see if I can find some cheap herbs. 7 gold riverbud, that's cheap. I'll buy all of it. 1800. And I'll mass mill this really quick. I really have to go to the bathroom. I drank a lot of water from all this talking. So I'll be right back, and I'll answer all of you guys' questions. Alright, I'll BRB 1 minute. Alright. Now we need to make inks. Inks take... Oh, I already had so many crimson pigment. Alright. Inks take so long to make. This is one thing that I usually AFK, is making inks. But I'll use that time to actually answer all the questions I can in chat. A good time to do that. Actually, I need to go get more water. I'll be back one more second. I forgot water. Alright, I'm back. By the way, one thing I would say, on the topic of, like, gathering information, make sure you're at least, I don't know, what you're doing, but make sure you're at least taking action on the information that you gather. So if someone tells you how to make gold, just try it out. Spend the time doing it. It's good to collect all the information you can, but if you're never doing anything with it, then you won't see any results. So I would just test everything that you see, and then you'll find what works for you best. Because every server is different, and every player is different. We all have different, circumstances when it comes to how much time we can play, and our attitudes and stuff like that. A lot of people hate cancel scanning, and they hate people who cancel scan. And those people are probably going to be gatherers, and they're just not going to make a lot of gold. How often would you say mats fluctuate? If I were to wait, what kind of time are you waiting? I've never looked into that, and that's probably why. It really depends on your server. When you're on a more full and high pop server, there's a lot less fluctuations because there's a lot more competition, and a lot more frequent competition. My personal experience is on a medium pop server, and at least one day a week, I'm able to pick up mats at the prices that I am comfortable with. So, say for example, Xanthid. Xanthid sits a lot of times at 60 to 70 gold on my server each. But on the weekend, when everyone's out there gathering, and, multi-boxers are out there gathering and posting up all their stuff on the auction house, that's when the prices will sometimes drop to 40 gold, 35 gold, even 30 gold sometimes. And those are the times I will just spend everything I can to buy out what I can for the price I want. Yeah, this is a medium pop server right now. That is what I earned a Brutosaur on. Let's see here. Yeah, that's true. If they're sitting there undercutting you all day, they're not the ones out there gathering and stuff. Maybe you want to be the person that supplies them, Maybe they're just really good at the auction house, and you gotta be their supplier. A lot of times, though, you can still make gold making the things you want to make, and just leaving it up once a day, and not really doing any cancel scans. Yeah, that's a huge thing. If you're getting undercut a lot, you need to make more items, a more larger variety of items. Being or having all professions maxed out was one of the biggest reasons why I got the Brutosaur as fast as I did. At least, you know, in my eyes, I got it pretty fast. Compared to some other people, it's probably a lot slower, but being able to not worry about what I'm posting was, it really made the enjoyment of gold making, like, I guess a lot higher. I said that wrong, but you know what I mean. If you're not having fun doing what you're doing, then you're probably going to end up not doing it as much as you would need to. So if you get annoyed that people are undercutting you and you find that you're spending all your time cancel scanning and stuff like that, you're probably going to start not enjoying your time gold making. And that will make it to where you just stop altogether. And if you're spread across all the professions and you just make everything that you can, then you're not really paying attention to that kind of stuff. At least I haven't. And that makes it to where you're just on autopilot. You know, you're just crafting, posting, recrafting, posting, and you're just seeing what sells. And then you just remake what sells, and you don't pay attention to the stuff that isn't selling. Because it will sell eventually. It might be in a month, but at least you have it in your bags for that time it is going to sell. Whoops, I accidentally canceled because I was AFK. And if you're already spread across all the BFA professions and you're still finding a hard time selling items, go back to Legion, go back to Wrath, go back to Kata. There are probably hundreds of thousands of items. Maybe not hundreds of thousands, but tens of thousands of items that you can craft. That's a lot of markets that you can dedicate yourself to, you know? Alright, Studio Vulcan. I don't know if I answered your question or not on the price fluctuations. I hope I did. Usually it's day by day. You'll most of the time find mats cheaper on weekends. In general. Alright, we got enough inks, right? Wait, what? Why does it say I still need to make 500 more inks? It said I only needed 4. Or 40. I guess I did sell a lot of War Scrolls. What's your favorite tune to play? For, like, actually playing the game? Well, my main's always been a Paladin. I've been a Pally since Classic, or Vanilla, I guess. But I've always had a good time on Hunter, Warlock, Mage. Probably Mage. I would say Mage I have the most fun with. Either Mage or Warrior. My Warrior, I think, has my second most playtime of any character. Okay, so apparently I did not make enough inks. I need a lot more. Let me get this stuff from the guild bank first. You might ask how much time played. Actually, I haven't played in many expansions, so it's not going to be as crazy as you might think. I would say 200 hours on my Warrior, and 400 to 500 on my main Pally. It's so easy to just mount up and have an auction house. I love it. I love it so much. The convenience factor is off the charts. I'm gonna do 3,000 Akunda's Bite. We need a lot of ink. Oh, by the way, look at my... I'll show you right now. These are my reputations with my Inscription character. I guess they're all friendly now. They used to be all neutral. But I have only 2 that are above friendly. And that's 7th Legion and Champions of Azeroth. So all my contracts are rank 1, basically. And I don't even have contracts for any 8.2 or 8.3 rep. But again, I'm only able to be this lazy because I'm on a medium pop server. I also just wanted to thank everyone that's been watching and hanging out. It's been great being able to talk to people one-on-one, answer questions immediately instead of through comments. And there's just been a lot more people than I was expecting, to be honest. Since I haven't even turned on my stream in 4 months, at least. What's the add-on with the timer at the bottom? That is quartz. Yeah, it's really nice. I was using the default cast bar up until maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, okay, I really need a cast bar that tells me how long this is gonna take. Because sometimes I would start crafting something, and I would come back 15 minutes later, and it would still be crafting the item. I'm like, what? I was expecting this to be done by now. But now I can see how long it's gonna take. Yeah, quartz. It's really good. It's funny because I used to use this add-on back in like Wrath, but whenever I quit the game and come back, I usually don't download any add-ons, and I just download them as I need them, I guess. I haven't actually even checked out the video that I uploaded. I need to see, is everyone hating on it? That's always the first thing I think about when I upload a video. It's just like, what's the dislikes? Is everyone disliking it? Did I say something wrong that I didn't recognize was wrong? I'm pretty positive. You know, I'll say that the gold making community on YouTube, well, I guess in general, it's not just YouTube, but you guys are just so nice. It's like, it's weird how nice you guys are to me. It's like, what? Last time I made WoW videos, like 5 years ago, people were mean. When I would make like raiding content. I don't know. So I think that since I talked about multi-boxing, some people have actually I had one comment where this person was like, I cannot watch you anymore. Cause I just mentioned like, should I multi-box? And then that was enough to set them off. So some people have some already predetermined, you know, opinions on some things. That is true, I guess, Zyphon, yeah. %, Quisher. I'm not really sure how to pronounce with that I in there, but 100%, if you're aiming for making millions of gold, if you're just trying to make some gold, you know, maybe your WoW token, you don't need to. But if you're aiming for millions of gold, you gotta put in the work that it takes to make millions of gold, and that is 100% having multiple 120s with multiple professions. Unless you're really good at flipping, because you could just flip the entire way and not even need any professions. Or you can, if you're really geared, you can do boosts in Mythic Plus, Horrific Visions, Raids, and you can make it that way as well. But I would say the easiest thing to do was just level up 120s and do all the professions. It depends on what you're trying to do, Vulcan. If you're trying to go for a Brutosaur, I would do it all on one server because you will need to pool all that gold together to buy the Brutosaur. You can't transfer gold across servers like that unless you pay for transfers, which costs gold. So you would have to farm more than you need. But if your goal is to just make as much gold as possible, it would be the best thing to do to split across all the realms that you can. Because then you're dealing with less competition overall. But if you're trying to go for a long boy, I would not do that. This is probably the most boring part of it all, is making the inks. For some reason, inks take a long time. I recall half your transmogs in 4 hours. 333 auctions. Yeah, I think I have like 700 something. I don't ever check if I get undercut though. You're going for that transmog market. A lot of people recommend like 1k, 1.5k auctions up. That way, if you're undercut, you're only undercut on a, you know, a small portion of your entire inventory. Hey, nice. My room to yours. That's real close, man. When I was at 3.4 mil, I got it the next week. So, you never know. Hey, thank you for the follow, Vulcan. Appreciate it, dude. Yes, I would farm mats to get your starting gold. I would only do raw gold for about an hour. Get like 10k gold, so that way you can, you know, get all your gathering ranks up. So maybe do an hour of raw gold farming, which is doing old raids. Don't do any more than that. It's a waste of time in general. Like, raw gold is terrible. But, you know, get that starting capital to make sure you can get all your rank 3s leveled up and anything else you need. And then just gather... What I did was I gathered up Serenite ore and titanium in Wintergrasp when I first started. And then I gathered up Whiptail in Oldham. And I gathered up Eshar's Veil in Abyssal Depths. Those are the 3 biggest, I would say, sales that I had when I first started. And that got me up to like 300k, 500k, just gathering. With that, you can get all the professions. Yeah, definitely. That's another big thing about having multiple tunes at least 110, 120, is that you can get more herb to anchor cooldowns. So I do it on 12 characters, so I get at least 120 anchor weed a day just by clicking a button on all of them. I timed it and it took me 1 minute to no, not 1 minute. It took me 10 minutes to do it on all the characters, and it was for about 1,000 gold profit in 10 minutes. I mean, per character. I'm all over the place right now. So it's 12k a day that I make. At least when I calculated it. Probably today it's not, but... Yeah. 12k a day, 100k a week. I don't know if the prices have dropped by now. I haven't actually looked at anchor weed prices, but... sometimes you can get lucky and even get 20 anchor weed in a single bag of anchor weed. They have proc chances on their own. But what I do is I don't sell the anchorweed. I then use that anchorweed to make flasks. And then all the crafting cost of anchorweed is out the window. And that's just so much more profit. And TSM isn't going to tell you that profit, because TSM doesn't know that you're getting your anchorweed from your transmutes. I'm pretty sure you can set it up to understand that, but it might be a little complicated of an operation string. I mean, you can just go into crafting reports, and you can set your material price of anchorweed to like whatever you spend. I think it cost me 30 gold to make the bag, so I could just set anchorweed right here, click it, and then just put 30 gold. And then TSM will understand that I craft anchorweed for 30 gold. And anchorweed is valued at 30 gold. And then it'll show you your correct profits in this column right here. It's not possible to proc multiple bags, but you can get more out of one bag. So on average you get 10. Well, like 90% of the time you get 10 anchorweed when you open the bag, but sometimes you can get up to, I've done up to 18, but I believe you can get up to 20. If you, by the way, if you don't know about this and you do kind of craft your own materials, or you get your materials in a different way than just buying them off the auction house for market value, make sure you're setting up your map prices accordingly. So like Expulsum, I can show you my Expulsum string. I got this off of Reddit. But what it will do is, since I make Expulsum exclusively through tailoring, I have it to where it's set up to calculate the cost of Expulsum based off of tight spray linen. So if I buy tight spray linen at 1 gold each, it will, you know, it will adjust the Expulsum price accordingly. So right now I craft Expulsum for about 160 gold each, and then that's just automatic across all the professions. It will show Expulsum at 160 gold each and automatically calculate that into your profits. Yeah, I'll throw that in chat. So, and then the same thing I was saying with anchorweed. So like for me to craft one of those anchorweed bags, it cost me 30 gold in BFA herbs, because it's about 5 to 7 gold each herb. I usually buy them at 5 gold. I don't buy them above 5 gold, so I know for a fact that I craft the anchorweed bags at 30 gold each, and that crafts 10 anchorweed. So you have to do, so it actually costs me 3 gold per anchorweed, right? So I can put that in here, and then it will adjust everything else accordingly. Alright, where was the Expulsum? There you go. And what the item IDs are is that the first ID is tight spray linen, and the second one is the nylon thread. Well, each craft of the bag is 10 anchorweed, and it costs 5 of each BFA herb. Wait, is it 30 gold? Hang on, I might have done the math wrong. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, it's 30 gold. I spent 30 gold and I get 10, which would be 3 gold each. Yeah, oh yeah, you do need 30 total herbs. That's okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. I got you. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Jeez, I'm just kind of all over the place right now, huh? You're right. You're 100% right. What you wrote in chat. So then 150. So then I spend 15 gold per. Yeah. Which is still a lot cheaper than whatever it was on the auction house, 75 to 90 gold each. So you gotta make sure that your TSM is calculating that, or it's gonna tell you that you're not profiting when you could be profiting. Your explosive 193 gold each. Yeah, my server. Well, make sure that you hang on. I only craft expulsum by crafting tailoring bracers. I don't do leatherworking and I don't do blacksmithing for expulsum. So if you do leatherworking and blacksmithing, you would have to calculate it differently. That string is for if you purely craft it through tight spray linen bracers. Okay, that is what you do. Okay. I just had to make sure. And yeah, tight spray linen on my server is very cheap. It could be between 1 to 2 gold each. I can even check it right now. I think I'm done with crafting ink. Like, that's a lot. Let's see. How much is tight spray linen? Unless someone just bought it out right now. So yeah, it seems like someone bought out the cheaper ones, but it's still like 2.1 gold each. Usually I buy it for about a gold. Okay, I can finally start crafting my inscription crafts. Oh, nice, Vulcan. I had that too. I bought a lovebird, or I had a lovebird. Maybe, I think, 5 lovebirds from a couple years ago when they were like 4K, almost, like you were saying, like between 4 to 6K. And then I sold 3 of them for 60K on my main server. The one with my paladin. Alright, I need to get rid of all these pigments and inks. That's not my gold chest. Yeah, that's not mine. Okay, hang on. This is taking up too much space in my inventory. You guys want to see my bank on my cook? It's crazy. Like, I have so many materials, I can't fit anything. I need to disenchant all this gear. That's what it is. I'll have more space. I'll just fill up this tab. Deal with this stuff later. Yeah, I have a guild just for me. Back in the day, this was a guild that I had only on my bank alt. But since I started doing this challenge, I just had all my alts leave my main guild. And I just threw them all into this guild, so that way they can easily transfer materials and sort all the materials. And then I also bought all the tabs, you know. I mean, if you're going to be doing all the professions, I think you need your own guild bank with all the tabs. I don't have the last tab, because that's like, you need a guild achievement for that. But I bought all the ones that are purchasable. Nah, it's still pretty slow to do the guild bank. I mean, it is fast if you use TSM though. Like, I could have just clicked on auctioning, and since I'm doing my pigments, I could have just went to Inscription, Materials, and then BFA inks, and you can just move to bank and it'll like automatically do it by itself, but it's still slow. And I actually don't want to be doing that, so I'm gonna stop that. But yeah, that'd be the only way to like not pay attention and do it, but it's still slow. Alright, let's see. Keep crafting. So yeah, usually I would actually be done by now, but since I'm streaming and talking a lot, it's taking quite a bit longer. But this is about the time that I would be done posting on all my tunes. Takes about 3 hours. So I have to do my Jewelcrafter and then my Transmog tune, and that's actually it. We're almost at the end. Those in the groundlings? Oh yeah. You should see my guild bank actually. I have so many lucky shirts in there and fell bats. I stocked up at the Legion pre-event. But then I didn't play Legion until the last patch. So that's why they've just been sitting there. Yeah, TSM still breaks for me. Like you can see right now, TSM just broke. Have to close it, reopen it. TSM still has some issues. Especially if you're lagging, it will exacerbate the problems, like I think is happening right now. Craft next. There we go. Are you doing any sort of mount crafting? That was one thing I didn't see you doing the challenge. Yeah, I haven't done any mount crafting, but I am planning to get into mount crafting now. Mount crafting would have made the Brutosaur even faster, to be honest, because mounts are some of the highest profit margins you can make. So like right now, since I have the Bruto, I would probably make less old world crafts, and use that time that I'm saving by not making those old world crafts to make mounts. I'm still gonna keep up on like things like uncanny gear, the BFA trinkets from Inscription, all the foods, all the flask and potions, all the things that have been making me gold through BFA. And you know, things like Legion Enchanting. I would never give up Legion Enchanting and Cataclysm Enchanting. But some things like Vanilla Tailoring, some of these things will have very low sell rates. Blacksmithing, you know, Vanilla Blacksmithing, BC Blacksmithing, a lot of that stuff have really low sell rates. And it takes a lot of time to get the materials and craft them and list them. So I would probably use that time for mount crafting. The Vile recipe, that's a grind. But it is worth it. Silky Sinatra, thank you for the follow. Well, I shouldn't say it's worth it. It is server dependent, but on my server, it is very worth it. But it is like a 30-hour grind, 20-hour grind. Whoa, it's already been an hour? Oh, here's another one. A 2-hour one. Let's do that one. Are panthers easy to make? Yeah, but that also makes them the most risky of the mounts to craft. A lot of servers are actually not profitable to make the panthers. I think it's like 20k just in vendor materials to craft the panthers. And some servers sell the panther at less than 20k. So there's like... You're just gonna not profit off of those. You have a list of pets you've found to sell the best. I used to, but now coming back, I've forgotten everything. I don't really do any pet selling because I don't do raids. I used to a lot back in the day because I was into all the things and I wanted to, you know, get 100% all the things like most people. And I was doing a lot of farming. But I wasn't really focusing on the pets. I was focusing on the transmog. And Wardy, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it, dude. So I have no, like, I couldn't tell you personally. I know Dala GG, he's another YouTuber. He does a lot of old world or old raid farming, like through LFR. And he gets a lot of battle pets through that. So maybe you can find some use out of the videos where he covers that stuff. I have no idea why Asian LOL. It might just be competition on some servers. Like, maybe the people crafted it thinking they were going to make a profit. They realized they weren't going to make a profit. Now they're just trying to sell it. That's just... I made that up, but it could be, you know. There could be any reason. Do I flip mats? Sometimes. I have made over 1 million gold in the past 2 weeks, 1 week, just flipping Xanathid. I mentioned earlier I buy them at 35 gold each. And I have sold them between 75 to 100 gold each, so I've doubled 1 million gold. Oh, do I spend a decent time flipping mats? No. I am not a mat flipper in that way. I could, it's just not what I focus on. It's probably one of the easiest things to do, but it's one of the riskiest, you know? Actually, I don't know. For me, I look at things a little differently. To me, flipping is not risky because I know how to flip and not lose money. Like, you have to definitely pay attention to markets beforehand. And I know for a fact what Xanathid is worth for that example that I was giving. And I know, like, when it is time to buy and when it is time to sell because I know how prices fluctuate. So you gotta research the item. I've been looking at Xanathid for 2 months straight, so that's why I know the prices. Alright, and I am fully crafted up. Cool. Everything's gone from the queue. We're good on the inscription person. I keep on saying inscriptionist, but it's scribe. Okay. Is there any rank 3s that I can get on the map? Let's see. That's the last thing I like to check on each character. Rank 3s and Expulsum. None. Okay. So we're safe to move on. Do you still think it's possible for someone to get the Brutosaur mount when starting at 0 gold? It depends on who you are right now. So like if you're just starting out with 0 gold, it depends on if you already know how to play markets or if you're learning. If you're learning, I would probably say no. But if you have been a person that's made a lot of gold in the past, maybe a couple expansions ago and you just took a break and you retained all that knowledge, you can apply that to BFA and you can right out the gate start making a lot of gold, kind of like I did. But if you're just learning the ropes, you have no idea how to make gold, and you're just trying to absorb all the information as possible, it might be a little too late. I would still go for it though, and get as close as you can. That way you now have the knowledge to carry with you into Shadowlands. So I probably wouldn't even worry about if it's too late or not. Like, don't even think about it that way. If you want to make gold, make gold. That's what I would say. So now we're on my Jewelcrafter, and I have actually something nice to show you guys on the Jewelcrafter. Last week I made 12k gold on this character, and in 4 days I've made already 72k. And the reason is right here. I sold a uncanny staff for 60k, and then after tax it's 56k. And profit-wise, it was for a profit of 45k apparently. So it cost me about 15 to 25k to craft the staff, and I'm selling it for 60k. Well, I sold one for 60k. That was very nice. Still selling the raw gems as well. Sage Agate, 7 for 3.7k, and then 9 Azurines for 2.3k. So those are still very high priced, just raw gems. Won't sell anything above 40 gold now. Been about 2 weeks now. So there has been, you know, with this this whole quarantine thing and everyone being ordered to stay inside, it is kind of a unique situation in where it was just a increase in competition with no in-game factor. It was an external factor that caused that. So you might just be unlucky in that sense, but I would still have faith that you can make gold off of that Xanathid that you have bought. Maybe give it a couple weeks and people are going to start playing a little less, and the prices might start rising back up. But I think you bought it at a price, at least according to my server's economy, you bought it at a price that eventually will make gold. Or you can just flip it into, you know, potions of flasks. You know, maybe you're just stocked up for the next 3 months, and you never have to worry about Xanthid to make all your flasks and stuff. So our economies are about the same? Yeah, if our economies are the same, it would rebound. Because you said 2 weeks. That's exactly when everyone was ordered to stay inside. I found the same exact thing. 2 weeks ago exactly is when everything on my server started tanking. It's pretty much a direct correlation to, you know, everyone being inside. So look at this right here. Uncanny staff, market value at 59, or minimum buyout at 59k. I have to actually sell Leviathan's Eye manually because I bought them at 385 gold a long time ago, and that skews my average buy for them. And they're only 100 gold nowadays, so I have to actually manually post these because it'll never post them for the correct value. That's one bad thing about using average buy in your operations, is if you bought something a long time ago. I could just buy a few to overwrite that, but that would just be wasted gold. I don't even sell them anyways at 100 gold. If I want to get into buying mats at low prices, I have no data. Should I consider looking at historical prices so that you can start buying below what they usually go for? Undermine Journal, like Wardy linked, is a good way to do that outside of the game, but I like to have personal experience. I'm just a person that trusts my data and my data only. So that's up to you, you know, in that case. I personally would just monitor myself the prices. It'll be especially apparent if you have to buy a lot of that material to craft things that you want to craft. Like with Alchemy, you need a lot of Xanthid. So I'm always constantly every day looking for Xanthid to buy to make my potions. So that number is always in my head, you know. I'm always looking at Xanthid. So I always will understand the price fluctuations in that sense. But when you go to Undermine Journal, you can look back until the beginning of the expansion. You can see its trend all the way through and get a lot of information from that. Sage Agate, I could probably just prospect some Osmanite. Well, I will do that. Moss agates at 40 gold each. I guess that's under market price. And I only need one, so I'll do that. And it says to log over to my blacksmith, so probably I need monolite? No, it doesn't say to get anything. Oh, I have a moss agate on my blacksmith. Well, that'd be a waste of time in my opinion. It's probably a ring that's for a profit of 30 gold anyways. I could do that later. Let me buy some Osmanite. The thing is, Osmanite was 15 gold each, and then someone reset the price to 70 gold. Now it's back to 34, but that's still crazy expensive. I wonder if it's even worth it. So let's check out the Worth It add-on. I have current content set to min price, so I can probably get some accurate data by going prospecting. And it seems like, yeah, Osmonite might be a little too expensive to make my own gems. It would be cheaper just to buy them. That's me fully trusting that Worth It. I usually don't do that, but I can tell already that Osmonite is overpriced right now. And I can just assume that Worth It is correct. And there you go. Tried changing your operation to our groups and messed something up, so now a lot of my transmog worth like 300 gold will get put on the auction house for 2.5k, and it's super high. Should I reset it? And if so, how do I? I use... Let me see if I can pull it up here. So my TSM operations video, I have a link in the description. But I'll just get it for you. I use Shayra's operation. You could just import this one and that's the one I use. There's also another good operation on the WoW economy subreddit for or from a person named Potato. So you can like search Potato's transmog operations, and that will be a lot more of a competitive operation where it sells things for a lot less than the market value. But this will sell it at what I've been using. What you have to do is you have to import their group and operations, and then you have to redo the min, normal, and max price by copying and pasting the strings at the bottom of the post, right above the import links. And I would make a new profile, by the way. I would not overwrite your profile that you currently have. Just make a new profile, duplicate your profile that you were using to it, so it's the same exact profile, but then redo the transmog. Alright, there we go. So if you don't know how to do that, you can do TSM or /TSM, go to your settings. You probably know how to do this, but I'll just show you anyways. So I make a lot of profiles because I like to make a lot of backups. I make a lot of changes. I'm doing a lot of testing. So like right now I'm actually testing out having a profile per profession. I don't know if I like that, but I'm just testing it out. But just make a new one. Just do like 8.3 test. And then that makes a fresh profile with no groups, but just copy your main profile over. Just duplicate it, and then bam, it's the same exact. Everything's the same. You don't lose anything. And then you can make that adjustment. See if it works out. And I'm constantly making profiles and changing things around. Whoops. I just put my mic in my mouth. I don't know if I was super loud. Sorry, guys. There you go. I'm not paying attention. I was clicking on the wrong things. Alright, let's see. One last video I would request to see for your challenge, just in general. An updated list of groups and operations. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I am going to... I don't know if I'll make a full new video, but I will update at least the link in the description of the video that I had already done with all my up-to-date operations and groups and stuff like that. Basically my profile now that I'm done with the Brutosaur. But I may make a full another video, you know, letting people know about that. If I still get a lot of questions about it. Alright, let's see how much profit this thing's gonna make. Is it worth it to log on to my other character? 283 gold profit? I'll do that later. I don't need to post that right now. That's actually a good thing I can mention about having all your tunes in your own guild, is that you can just store all your mats in the guild bank, and then you don't have to log between characters if one character has that mat that you need on another. Like right now I need a moss agate, but I only have one on my blacksmith and there's none on the AH, which means I have to log over to my blacksmith. If I just stored that in my guild bank, I could just pull it off on any character. But, yeah. I must have just had it in there from a long time ago. Alright, let's see. Any expulsum on the map? Ooh, what's this? 5 Kubalines for 5 expulsum. That is worth it. 100%. So I'm gonna turn that in. That is good value. That's basically 50 gold for 1,000 gold. Bam. Alright, and that is actually it for this character. Nothing else I do on him. Yeah, Samadan's, it is a couple hours long if you watch the entire playlist. But I didn't want to really copy any of his information, you know. I have characters here that I would usually just go down the list and craft my alchemy bags with for Anchorweed, but I'm gonna skip those for now and just go on my Transmog tune. Because it's the same thing per character, I just make my bag of anchor and then log off, never play it again. Because I have no professions. I usually log out those characters that I don't have professions on and are just cooldown, like, I don't know what they're called, like, an alt that is just purely for cooldowns. I'll usually leave them up at like a rare spawn or something, since I only log on to them for 20 seconds anyways. Alright, so now it's Transmog. This character, right now I have 620 items I have to post. You guys know how long this is gonna take. But yeah, the reason why I didn't go over alchemy at all is just because I would just be repeating the information that I learned from Samadan. And I find that to be... I don't know, I don't like doing that. I do find that a lot of times, a lot of the videos and stuff that I watch from no one specific, just in general, it's a lot of the same. And I don't want to fall into that category. But that's just the nature of it. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. You know, if there's a method out there, like, you can only do the method in a specific way most of the time, so it's gonna be a lot of the same across all the channels. My Transmog inventory is actually looking a lot better than it used to, now that I've been disenchanting anything that's below 1,000 gold region market value. It has definitely cut back on the posting time. And when I do get sales, it's usually a lot bigger of an opening each week. I actually don't have this added to my group. There we go. And by the way, if you are getting into Transmog, post rings, post necks, post bracers. They sell. I have sold a neck for 34k. I've sold a bracer for like 26k. It's crazy. Oh, by the way, the other day I got a battered hilt. That was nice. I was grinding reputation on my mage for the Silver Covenant, and I like to grind the beginning of Pit of Saron. It's like one of the best ways to get reps for Wrath of the Lich King reps. And I got a battered hilt just grinding rep. It was so lucky. I wonder how long this video is actually going to take to upload to YouTube. With an hour-long video, it usually takes about 8 hours to render and then about 3 hours to upload. So, oh man, a 3.5 hour stream. That's going to take forever to upload on YouTube. At least I don't have to render it. That'd probably be like a 40-hour render. I'm glad a lot of people requested timestamps though, because that's actually gonna make it a lot easier for people to digest this on YouTube, because they can just click which one they want to see me restock. Maybe they just want to look at my alchemist, how I restock my alchemist. See, they want to see how I'm making that 700k every week on the alchemist. They'll just click that timestamp. Pass by all the other characters. The guy's running back. What is he doing? What is this? This guy's, is there a word for that? Someone who walks backwards, but to them it's walking forward? That guy's doing it. He's a god at going backwards. Also, I moved my Transmog character over to Darnassus because the bank, when you have the Brutosaur, Darnassus is like the best town, besides Booty Bay. But I don't want to run all the way to Booty Bay on a level 20. But the bank is just wide open. It's so easy. Never have to dismount. Actually, I think I do, but it's just right there. That roof right here is kind of blocking my big old dinosaur. Hey, I just seen your message, Vulcan. I'm gonna check that out later. Thanks, man. I'll check it right after the stream. We're coming up to closer to the end here. There's not much. Oh man, I'm gonna have to send over gold to this character, unless I made some sales. There's not much more that I do besides gather. I would, once I'm done posting all my auctions across all my professions and transmog, I would just hop on my druids and start gathering. Spend 2 to 3 hours gathering, and after that I would call it a night. If I was focusing on getting rank 3s and stuff, I would probably also spend about an hour grinding reps. That's what I should be doing, but I'm just not doing it because I'm lazy. I should be out there on my scribe doing the Veil and the Oldham reps, making sure to get those done every day, but like I said, I'm just lazy. I like to just gather. It's very soothing. And I'm also collecting a lot of data through gathering as well. Like, if I don't have Worth It enabled on this tune, since it's just my posting tune, but I'm using Worth It to make a lot of routes and stuff like that, to maybe make some videos for you guys, to give you guys the highest gold per hour farms that I've found. And since it's through Worth It, I can just export it to you guys, and you can import it into your Worth It add-on, and it will tell you exactly how much gold per hour you would get doing the same thing I was doing. And so I've been out gathering and getting all that data. That's one of the best things about Worth It, in my opinion, is just, it's basically like a spreadsheet, but in the game. And it's a lot of automation of data. You don't have to input that many numbers like you would with the actual spreadsheet. Spreadsheets take me a long time to make. I can spend 10 plus hours on a spreadsheet making it how I want it. Worth It just does it automatically. It's nice. Yeah, especially Farm HUD, man, that is... I guess Farm HUD and routes together, yeah. Those two paired up, it's so nice. You like, your eyes laser focus on just the dots, you know? And the line. Your brain just blocks everything else out. Yeah, same. For a while, I was trying to copy other people's routes and, like, I would look up, like, a map online. WoW Professions is a good site for routes and stuff like that, but, I found it best to just connect all the nodes in the zone and through Gathermate and routes. Because then it gives them enough time to respawn. Most of the time, I'm just way faster than the respawn rates when I use other people's routes. They're kind of condensed. And also, I guess if I were to give any form of criticism to the add-on of Worth It, and it's not even a criticism of the add-on itself, it's just that the routes seem a little, some of them are pretty wonky. Some routes don't even go to the zone that they say they're supposed to go to, like, I forget which one it was specifically, but I remember I imported a route for an herb, and that said it was going to be gathered in one zone, but then I had to kind of look for it because it was actually for a different zone altogether. And it wasn't even on the map, it was like in the water when it wasn't a node that could spawn in the water. So it was obviously an oversight. And I think that's one thing that could be worked on a bit, is the routes, making sure they are actual routes and efficient. Alright, so 7k on the Transmog in 4 days, that's not great. Sold 2 things for about 3k gold and that's it. Exalted Epaulets and Wolf Rider's Padded Armor. And boom. That is my auction house. I got 606 transmog pieces up for about 1.6 mil. So I still need to work on getting everything above 1,000 gold each, but most of the stuff is from when I first started farming transmog, like 4 or 5 months ago. And I have so many items that it wouldn't really be worth to look at them individually and see which ones I need to disenchant to get rid of. Especially just let it sit on the AH. And eventually it'll get bought, even if it's for a negative. It's not going to be that much of a negative to even care. I found that that's one of the biggest things with transmog is you just need to not care about it at all. Just like farm it, post it, leave it, you know? Because deposit costs can really add up. And let's see, is there anything else I can think of that I do each day that I need to show right now besides like gathering? Like I said, I do spend between 1 to 3 hours gathering every day, so that is what I'm going to be doing right after this, but it's just gathering, so I don't really need to show that. I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna be honest. It's been 3.5 hours. Usually it takes me between 2.5 to 3 hours, so it was an extra hour of talking pretty much. I will be uploading this to YouTube if you need to go back and see anything, but if you've been here the entire time on the stream, you've pretty much seen everything that I do. It's pretty easy. I don't do a lot. I just log onto the character, gather up my expires, repost them, and then craft the things that sold through the restock feature of TSM itself. And I do the daily anchorweed transmute across 12 alchemists. There you go. And also my herbalist and my skinner go out to Legion and get the free fell mats out there, because that's basically the same value as the anchorweed transmute. And you don't have to give up your herbalism. You can just get it with herbalism, you know? And then, like I said, if I were to be getting my rank 3s, I would be spending probably an hour or two doing that across a couple tunes as well. But right now, that's not what I'm planning on doing. The next things I plan on doing is actually starting to make mounts, getting into mount crafting. Because the profit margins are really nice, especially for the time you put in. Some of them require a big grind, like the ATV and the Violet Sands, but even then, those ones that require a lot of upfront time investment, they are worth it in the end because they sell for the highest profit margins. So I'm going to look into getting into that. And then also multi-boxing. I want to get into multi-boxing. So definitely, since this challenge series is over, like I got the Bruto, that's not the end. Like, honestly, I'm just getting started. There are so many other things that I can do. And also, now that I have the Bruto, that means that I don't even need to, or I don't need to, like, make sure that I'm spending all day, every day gold making. I can now use that time to actually make videos and not just 1 a week like I've been doing. I want to up it to 3 a week, and then eventually 5 a week, and then eventually every single day I want to make a YouTube video. And then I want to do 1 stream a week. Something eventful, maybe a group farm with the stream, a group raid, transmog farm, it can be anything. I just really like to do things with my community, so those would be the types of streams I want to have. I don't want to have like daily streams of just me out there gathering. I just find that boring, and I don't really like that content on my channel, so that wouldn't be something that I would do. This is probably the most casual thing that I would do, is showing you guys my whole restocking process right here. But yeah, I have a lot of plans. I'm going to make a video on all of my gold making add-ons as well. That's been something that's been highly requested, so that's coming very soon. Farming spots, stuff like that. Just so much. I have a lot of ideas and stuff like that, and now I have the time to actually go through with them as well. So thank you guys very much if you're in the stream and you are here chilling, asking questions. Wardy, thank you, man. Shacktastic, thank you for sticking around, dude, and asking all your questions. It's nice to answer people one-on-one instead of through comments. And what's the macro in your #1 slots? That's the standard TSM macro. If you do /TSM, whoops, I'm not even on my main PC. Here we go. So /TSM, you go to settings, and then macros, and this is my setup right here. I have everything except for vendoring ticked off. And when you do that and you click Update Existing Macro, you will then find a kind of golden lotus that says TSM Macro. And what this does is it makes it to where you can just spam your key to post your auctions instead of having to click post. Or you can use your scroll wheel and kind of just scroll through all your auctions and it'll post them a lot faster. You can also use that for cancel scanning, for destroying, so like disenchanting and prospecting, and shopping, shopping, buying, stuff like that. Blood Feast from Mount 10K, nice Vulcan. I saw your message, Vulcan. I'll hit you up pretty soon. I'm your good luck charm? Well, hey, I'm glad. Glad you could make some gold, man. Hopefully I answered some of your questions appropriately and gave you information that you can use to make more gold. But, yeah. Thank you guys once again for being here. I'm just going to kind of end it here. I don't have an outro prepared or anything like that. This is my first stream back in 4 months. It's been a while. But it was fun today. Thank you guys. And, peace!